This is an informational video being produced by Ohio Trading Coin and Jewelry in an effort to make you a better collector. Let me start with the first piece, which is a piece that you'd want to own. This is a 1 ounce silver round. It's got a nice design on it, kind of maybe a little bit meant to trick or mimic the silver eagle. This was made by Money Metal Exchange. It says 1 troy ounce, 0.999 pure silver. I've checked this piece. This is a real piece of silver. It's beautiful. This is a piece that you would want to add to your collection somewhere in the $3 to $5 over spot range. That's typically what it's going for right now. This is October of 2022. The premiums are a little bit higher than they have been in the past, but that has a lot to do with the market and the way that things are going. So I have a coin shop. I'm located near Canton, Ohio, and I just want to show you some of the things that I see on a daily basis. This comes in a lot of estates. The Bicentennial Eisenhower silver dollar. It's a nice piece. It's a piece of America. I had them when I was a kid. I like them, but unfortunately they're not worth very much. There are mints like the Littleton Mint and different mints like that that will market these through television, magazine, radio ads, and try to get you to buy these. I have a hard time getting $1.25 out of this, and it's $1. Now I know there are guys out there that might pay $1.50 or $2 for it. This is not a piece you want to add to your collection. This is a waste of your time. It will not appreciate. It will not go up in value. So that's example number one of, and this is not silver, but this is sometimes perceived as silver. But this is not a silver colored coin that you would want to add to your collection. That's the first example. Next example, this is a 10 ounce 007 Royal Mint bar. It's a real bar. It's fine silver, 4 nines on it. It's really a beautiful piece. The back has diamonds are forever on it. Just a great example again of a nice 10 ounce bar. Now what you have to decide with a bar like this is it's going to have a premium that's much more than a regular 10 ounce bar. Is this 007 something to you? Is this something you want to collect? Are you collecting this numismatically, or are you collecting this as just pure silver? So if you're buying just pure silver, which is what a lot of people are doing, they probably wouldn't buy this bar. This bar is going to have a premium probably somewhere around $25 more than a regular 10 ounce bar would have. Now if you're into James Bond 007, it becomes a collectible then, and the silver value someday, I'll guarantee it will be a lot more than what it is now. So you probably can't lose on something like this. But again, this is genuine real silver that's going to appreciate. So that's an example of a person who may have an interest in that particular bar and wants to buy it. This is a regular 10 ounce bar. This is made by a well-known company. They're called App Mix. 10 ounce, it's 3 nines. It looks great on the front. It's wrapped in plastic. It's passed all the tests. We know that this is a real bar. This is probably the best way if you want to buy silver to buy it. Buy it in a 10 ounce bar. It's your cheapest premium. Now, depending on where you buy this bar at, it will depend on what the premium is. If you buy it from this company, based on what I know and the dealings that I've had, you better be ready to pay somewhere between $7 to $10 per ounce for this bar. That means this could cost you an extra $50 to $70. In my opinion, that's too much money. You got to find a better deal. You got to find a company that you can work with that can sell you this somewhere in the, like I said before, the 3 to 5 range, not the 6 to 10 range, because it's just too much. It takes too long to recoup your money. And this bar is nice too because it's 10 ounces. When you go to sell it back, you should be getting $1.50 or $2 over spot on a bar like this when you go to sell it. So this is a good example. If you're a silver collector and you want to buy silver, this would be a good piece. A bar like this doesn't have to be an Atmex bar, but it also doesn't have to be a 007 bar. It just needs to be a good, clean bar that's been tested. You know that it's real, and you can put it away until silver appreciates to the point that you want it to be. 10-ounce bars are definitely my favorite investment. They stack very easily. You can get a lot of these in a safe or wherever you store them. Nice and easy to deal with. Okay, back along the lines of what not to buy. Probably the biggest scam of 2000 so far. The state, this is not a state quarter, but just these gold dollar state quarters, Sacagawea, here's another great example. Susan B. Anthony. Okay, I get it. There are people that like these, and I can't fault them for that. Susan B. Anthony is a part of our history. But as far as a collectible that's going to be worth something someday, pretty much you can forget it. Just not going to happen. We see these all the time. I see typically families of people who have passed away that bring these into the shop, and they really believe that they're worth quite a bit of money. But at the end of the day, they're not. They're worth $1. Sometimes somebody will pay you $1.25 for them, but when you consider you've had to hold that for since 1979 and it's still only worth about $1.25, it's no good. These dollar coins, I would bet a lot of money they will never really be worth anything, even in uncirculated grade. They're just a waste of money. I see a lot of old people fall into this trap. They buy a lot of these, they pay way too much for them, and when it comes time to sell them, I'm the guy that has to say, I can only give you $1 for that. Because I can't get, if I'm lucky, if I can get $1.25 out of it. So be very careful about what you're buying and about what your loved ones are buying. To give you another good example here, the $50. This is the Kennedy $50. And Kennedy $50 are very collectible, especially the ones that are made out of silver. But in 1972, this is not collectible. This piece is worth 50 cents. Granted, there are people that collect 50-cent pieces, and that's great, but they're still not worth more than 50 cents. You want to look for dates that are 69 or older, and you might want to get out a piece of paper and write this down. If a $50 is dated 69 through 65, then they are what we call clads. They are 64, and then 64 and back are 90% silver. So 65 through 69 is a clad that's 40% silver. 65 through 69 is 40% silver. 64 and older, back to the Franklins and on back, those are all 90% silver. So these are good investments as long as they are 69 and back, and I really prefer the 64 back. You can get a nice premium on these. You can sell these for more than, let's just say right now, I'm just going to throw a number out there. Typically, I think these are trading at 13 or 14 times their face value. So at that, they'd be trading between $6.50 and $7 a piece. But when you go to sell them, that's their melt value. You should be able to get 15 or 16 typically out of these if you're working with a reputable dealer. It all depends on what spot price is. But out of this coin, out of a 1972, you're going to get 50 cents. So stay far away from that. All right, here are some other examples. This again is another APMEX. Now this is a 1 ounce piece of silver, and it's beautiful. It's a $1 coin. It has Queen Elizabeth on the front. Rest her soul. She was a good woman. This is one of the last coins made by her. This is available for sale at Ohio Trading Coin and Jewelry, and we have several of them. However, this is one of those pieces of silver. If you like the design on the back, it's got the reverse cameo BU on it. Or if you like the Queen and it becomes a collectible thing, this is a good piece for you to buy. First of all, it's all silver. It's 100% silver. It's 1 ounce of silver. So we know that to be worth in the low 20s somewhere right now. This piece is going to probably run you about $28 or $29. If you go on eBay or somewhere to buy it, you're going to spend $39 or $49 for it. So it's a piece, again, it's not a bad buy, but you just have to define, are you buying collectability and beauty, or are you buying silver? If you're buying silver, you buy something like this, what I showed you before. Just a 1 ounce piece of silver. Something you can put away and it'll work. Or you buy a 10 ounce piece of silver, just like this. That's simple, easy, gonna appreciate as silver appreciates. It's not numismatic, so you don't have to try to catch some collector that's willing to pay more than the other collector. That makes it very, very hard. So again, back to this piece. You can buy them. I won't say that I don't own a few of them, but I don't own many of them. Most of my stuff is in bulk silver because I'm a silver guy, and I believe that silver is going to go crazy one of these days. This is a Donald Trump coin. Now again, this is somewhere in the middle of just an ounce of silver. It is an ounce of silver. Not as elaborate as the last piece that I just showed you, but still carries a premium higher than a regular piece of silver. So for instance, you could probably plan to pay $5 to $7 over spot for this particular piece. Now, if you love Donald Trump, you love politics, you love the White House, this is a coin for you. And this would be a good thing to buy some of, but still not a lot. I mean, if you have 100 pieces of silver, I wouldn't want you to have more than about 5 of these and out of the 100 in all. And I'd like to see you have 95 pieces of just regular silver that are going to go up. This leads me to probably the most complicated piece that is out on the market today. Now, this was made in 2021. It's a 2 ounce piece of silver. It's a samurai, and it's really nice. I mean, no one can argue that this isn't very nice. These sell on eBay right now for about $225. It's got great detail. It's antiqued. Looks beautiful. Was made in Samoa. Has passed all the tests. Comes with its own little card that'll show you exactly what it's all about. I'll show you that. It was made in 2021. It's 2 ounces. There was only 500 of these made. This is number 431 of 500. It's a nice piece. It's a collector piece. And when you look at this, it really is an exceptional, beautiful piece. It's in great shape. But are you ready to pay between $150 and $225 for 2 ounces of silver? This again is where you can get beat up. Now, will there be a market for samurais down the road? I don't know. Probably. I mean, there's probably somebody out there 20 years from now that will think this samurai piece is really great. This samurai piece, for all I know, could appreciate way beyond silver, or it could not. So you got to really think this out when you're buying silver, because you're going to get a lot of things thrown at you. Silver buying is complicated, and there are a lot of tricks in silver buying. You need to be aware of those. So after all that, what it leads me back to is this 1 ounce piece of silver that's in really great shape. We know that it's real, and we know that it's silver. If you're buying silver right now, this is October of 2022. You cannot make an electric car without a piece of silver. You cannot make an electric battery without a piece of silver. You can't make solar panels without silver. The biggest mine in the United States was recently just shut down because they can't afford to bring silver out of the ground at the low 20s prices. They say it costs $35 an ounce to bring an ounce of silver out of the ground. That's hiring a person, the vehicles, the equipment, the gasoline, all that it takes to go down into the ground and get silver out to make 1 ounce. $35. And that's actually a low estimate based on a lot of what people say. So if this coin is trading in the low 20s and it costs $35 to get it out of the ground, I would say, in my opinion, I have a winner on my hands. I may have to wait a little bit, but this coin eventually is going to be worth a lot more than $23, $22, $25. It's going to be in the 30, 40 some dollar range. As they continue to build these cars, everything is going electric. If you don't believe me, just read the paper. Look at what all of these companies are doing. They're producing electric cars. Silver is the single best conductor of electricity known to man. There is nothing better than this piece of silver to conduct electricity. That's why it's so imperative for all of these cars, these batteries. And a lot of this is non-recoverable. They say in 2023 that they will use 55 million ounces of silver in the manufacturing process. 55 million ounces. Now we know there's a lot more silver than there is gold, but we also know that silver is very underpriced, and we know that the biggest silver mine in the United States has been shut down. So just some advice to me. Let's say you're new at this. Let's say you're old at this. A lot of times people that retire, they pick up this hobby. Coin collecting becomes a hobby. Buy 1-ounce pieces of silver. Buy it from dealers that are fair. Do not buy it online. Do not buy it at an auction. Do not sell it at an auction. Find a dealer that you can deal with. We're one of those dealers. We'd love to work with you. But buy stuff like this. Don't get duped by these kind of things that people try to get you to put your money into. Again, they're pretty. They're just not going to become worth anything. Susan B. Anthony's run, don't walk. And I mean run away from them. They will never be collectible in our lifetime. Maybe way down the road sometime, but not right now. And these half dollars that everybody collects, that I see almost every day in every estate, where they just start collecting bulk half dollars that are older than 1969. It's just a terrible idea unless you just want to accumulate some money. But this will never be worth more than 50 cents. So with that said, just a little education, free education from Ohio Trading Coin and Jewelry, and a guy that's been in this business for over 20 years. I'm Todd Bosley. I'm located in Louisville, Ohio. We're right next to the Pro Football Hall of Fame. We ship throughout the country, so we can ship pretty much anywhere. And I ship to a lot of different countries also. So if you're seeing this video in England or Australia or Canada, we can service you and we can get you great silver at great premium prices, probably cheaper than you can get it where you're at. If you are looking to sell your silver, I'm your guy. You want to talk to me. I don't have to make a bunch of money. I'll give you a very fair price, and I will pay you over spot for any silver that you have. And if you want to buy silver, I'll sell it to you at a very fair price, at a price you can afford that is much less than these big online companies who are trying to get you for $8 to $10 or even $15 over spot. Give me a call. My number is 330-323-9775. My email is there. Ohio Trading Coin and Jewelry. I'd really love to work with you. And at least give me a chance. If you got something you want to buy or sell, get my price before you buy. I really appreciate you all watching my videos. I hope you'll subscribe to my channel. And if you go back through, I have a lot of really good, interesting videos that you can watch. I also post and list on YouTube almost all of the inventory that comes in. And we do a lot of inventory. We have lots of bulk silver. We have silver arriving at least twice a week now. So give us a chance. We really love it. Thank you for watching, and I hope you all have a great day. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.